What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Slate D Biggs for AnimeMCS. My Hero Academia, chapter 271. Dark Cloud, it's going down. So before we jumped into this chapter, I was really excited to see what was about to happen with Shigaraki waking up. But unfortunately, I think it's best for the story if both fronts climax at the same time. And what's going on at the villa or the hideout hadn't quite climaxed yet. It was still hanging. So there's some more build-up on that side. Like I said, I was really looking forward to seeing what was going to happen with Shigaraki, but this chapter was fantastic and emotional nonetheless. I believe last time we left this front, Tokoyami had just jumped up onto the deck to try and save Hawks. This chapter starts us off with a little bit of like how it got to that point. So Tokoyami was riding in Fat Gum's belly along with Denki Kaminari and a couple other people. Tokoyami saw Hawks. He saw him up on the balcony getting that ass whooped. So he desperately fights to escape Fat Gum's belly and catapults off into Hawks' direction. And we get a pretty hilarious line from Fat Gum where he says, like, no one's ever been able to escape my fat until now. So Fat Gum decides ultimately that they've gotten far enough away from the action, and he leaves it up to the kids to return back to the back lines while he goes back after Tokoyami. And what happens next happens within, I'm sure, like 1 minute, but it's all smashed together pretty dense. It was a pretty dense chapter. After getting that little explanation for how Tokoyami got up there, we go back and Tokoyami is standing above Hawks. Dark Shadow is telling him, bro, this doesn't look good. He doesn't have a back. Surely, if Hawks doesn't go into shock and die very soon, if he makes it out of this, what I'm trying to say is if he makes it out of this, he's going to be disabled for life. I don't think he could ever do heroics again, much less like he's severely damaged. It would take some Naruto Six Paths magical bullshit to save Hawks at this point. Or Dragon Balls. So the more we have Dabi on screen, the more time he gets to talk. I like him less and less. I feel like Dabi is somebody who's taking what happened to him in his past, what wronged him, and he's blaming every hero for it. When arguably, if his dad is Endeavor, I'm pretty sure that he's a Todoroki. Everybody is, really. It seems like his problem lies with specific heroes, not the whole hero system in general. And for somebody who claims to follow Stain's ideology, he doesn't. I think Dabi's just so wrapped up in himself and he's so, self-absorbed. He can't even look to try and understand other people's perspectives. It's just all about his ideals. And he's clinging to Stain as like, this is what set me in motion, but this is the path that this man was headed down for basically his whole life. Dabi really seems like he just wants to watch the world burn, So of course, as any self-absorbed villain does, he starts to monologue. And Hawk straight up tells Tokoyami, dude, he's going to keep talking. He's not going to stop. Not only is Dabi just monologuing everyone's ears off, but he's also doing it kind of strategically because if he keeps on shooting off consecutive fire bursts, his body's not going to be able to handle it and they get weaker and weaker. And Hawk's noticed this. While Dabi is going on, he's saying that the hero's hands, the people you look up to, the people that you want to save and that you think are great people, their hands are dirtier than ours. That's very, very arguable, bro. And like I said, maybe for specific heroes, but not everyone. He's blanketing the hell out of all heroes. And what they're about to do to the world, and shit is going to go down, is going to be catastrophic. There's no way Stain's cool with that. As I stated in the last video I did about Stain, Tokoyami makes the decision to get the hell up out of there. I don't know if he crushed the balcony or if just sustained damage to the building, made some shit collapse, but he escapes down. He basically repels with Dark Shadow, gets away from all the action. Dabi takes the opportunity to let them know that his last couple fire blasts were purposefully weak, so he could shoot off this next one, the Black Fallen Angel. What an edgy name for an attack. But before Dabi can get that fire blast off, a giant explosion of ice happens, disrupts everything, throws everyone off, and Tokoyami takes the opportunity to escape with Hawks, who I don't think is going to live through this. I mean, how impactful is this giant fight really going to be if we don't lose a couple of heroes? Don't get it twisted. People about to get capped. Mirko, I know that she's a fan favorite. She's probably about to die. Everyone's new favorite hero, X-Less, he's going to be X'd out. God, that was lame. Many, many heroes are about to catch this fade, and I can't wait to see how this all turns out, especially with the Shigaraki shit. Dear God! So the Ice Climber is popping off. That giant blast of ice launched Mount Lady towards Fat Gum, who, you know, as a gentleman, he runs the fuck away. I'm not gonna try and catch that huge ass death by booty smash. Doesn't sound that bad. And something interesting that I didn't ever think about is that heroes, in order to really use their powers in society, they kind of have to legally become heroes, or it's illegal to use your quirks otherwise, which is pretty kind of screwed up. I see where the Liberation Front is coming from. I mean, are they executing their plan in the most humane way possible? No. The Ice Climber, and I'm going to keep on calling him the Ice Climber, and it is a him, threw me off for a second. I was like, hold up, is this a chick? Nope, just a really pretty boy. Don't go thinking you'll die painless deaths, you dogs of the state. They do work for the state. They're government employees, basically. They're under lockdown. You can't use quirks really otherwise. I mean, for like hero work and then other stuff that you get permission for, I would assume, like how Ochako's family does construction, they use their gravity quirk. I mean, if they couldn't, that'd be pretty whack. So a sad fact about Hawks, and as much as I love him and everyone else loves him, his hands are dirty. He was basically bred to be a top secret agent his whole life. Assassinations, all the underground work, they've been having him do it. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders. And Tokoyami what Dabi said really shook him up. Especially when he pointed out, like, look, man, he just murdered this guy. Nothing is black and white. Everything is gray. No one is right. No one is wrong. Your hands aren't dirty, Hawks. I believe in you. Everyone does. You did the right thing, so don't die on us. Now, he very well could have tried to capture Bubai Gawara, and that might or might not have worked. But the way that was most efficient for stopping the absolute insanity that somebody like Twice could have started, he had to. I mean, he didn't have to, but it was just most practical to kill him. The end of the chapter cuts to Redestro whining about needing his new set of legs whenever he's informed that he stood up. And by he, it's Gigantomachia. And we're left off with Master's Scent. The chapter ends. So what was happening in this chapter had to have been a couple minutes behind the insanity that we just saw with Mirko, Endeavor, everyone trying to reach Shigaraki. Gigantomachia standing up and saying, Master Scent, he can smell that Shigaraki is awake. I believe he's talking about Shigaraki. And he might very well also just be talking about All for One. Because All for One had something to do with Shigaraki waking up. Whether he could just sense that Shigaraki was waking up, or it's the impression that he's left on Shigaraki mentally that he has a connection with him. there's a sad reality that heroes, young heroes that grew up looking up to people, have to face, is that your heroes aren't angels. Sometimes to do the right thing, to have what it takes, is a lot. And you're not always going to make the best or the right decision. It's really hard to be out there, and when you're influenced by so many crazy things your whole life, like, your morality skews. This is something that Tokoyami hasn't experienced, and as you know how Hawk's form is, he's got the wings. You know, they're both bird-like. Tokoyami probably has spent a lot of time looking up to Hawks. Leaving this video off, I just want to note that there's this program that Hawks entered when he was younger, and that's basically what bred him to be the double agent assassin hero that he is. Somehow, whether from school or that program, Dabi knows Hawks from that time, and there's got to be other people that are in this program that are probably as strong as all get out, but we don't know about them because they don't go public. There was a reason that Hawks went in as a public hero. There has to be a reason. You know, it sucks, but this war has to have casualties, or it just won't feel that impactful. We're gonna get something like the 4th Shinobi War in Naruto, when we pretty much just lost Neji. And then a bunch of other bullshit happened. I could talk about that forever. I love Naruto. Anyway, I should cut this damn video off. It's getting way too long. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of the cool anime and manga shiz that we will be uploading. I greatly appreciate all of the views and comments and feedback that I've been getting. I'm going to do a channel update pretty soon. Feeling pretty good about everything, guys. Thank you. Peace out.